Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate for you a reverse round the corner to the left. So we've got a junction here on the left, so check my mirrors, no one behind, so I'm just going to pop it in near the curb, there, handbrake and neutral. Okay, so I've stopped just the car width before the actual junction that I want to reverse into, just so that I can check it's safe, that there's no kids playing, no parked cars, okay? So what I'm going to do in a moment is I'm going to move off and I'm going to pull up about a car length just past the junction ahead of me and come to a stop. And I want to be about a drain width cover away, so I'm not going to park, I'm just going to keep it about a drain width cover from the curb. Pop it in the handbrake on, pop it into reverse, and I'm going to reverse the car back until my back wheel is a drain width cover into that junction. Okay. Then I'm going to take all round observation, checking over my blind spot included, and I'm going to steer the car and follow that curb round, keeping a reasonable distance from the curb, and I'm going to reverse 2 or 3 car lengths into the junction and come to a stop. Okay, so before I move off, just checking out front, checking in my mirrors that it's clear. It is, so all round over my blind spot, and we move off nice and slow. As we go past the junction, just want to look into the junction so it's still safe and it's clear. Checking my mirrors before I pull up, no one's behind, so I don't need to signal, just gentle on the brakes and come to a stop. Car length past that junction, and I've kept about a drain width cover from the curb. Handbrake reverse, up to the bike point, look all round, reversing back in a nice straight line up to the point of turn. So my back wheel needs to be just inside that junction, which is there now. Look all round over blind spot and put one whole steer on, not full lock, but just one whole steer to start with. I can always put more on if I need to. Just hold the steer on as I come round. The curb is moving nicely towards the side of the car. I can see that in my left mirror. And now I take that steer off because I've got about a drain width distance from the curb. So just straighten up and follow the curb in. Now the curb's moving away from the side of the car. Got to steer, put a whole steer back on and stay with that curb. Just keep an eye on that, looking all round as I go, looking out the back, making sure no cars behind. Take the steer off because the distance has moved, the car's moved towards the curb, so just keeping an eye on that as well. We move back, and I'm going to steer a little bit more just to follow that curb round. Looking all round, checking my right mirror and my left, out the back, direct observations required. Looking out front as well. And now I'm just going to reverse 2 or 3 car lengths into the junction. So a really good way I can judge that is when I can see 2 whole white lines in front of the car and a little bit of the third one. Okay, handbrake and neutral. And that is a reverse round the corner. Okay, thanks for watching.